Perspective. Many people might say that mastering perspective would be a hard thing. That's true, but hey, it's actually not that hard. In this video, I will share my understanding of the basic concepts of perspective so that you can master perspective. So let's dive in. Speaking of perspective, I don't mean boring perspective like this one, but this one. To understand it, we will start by two general rules in perspective. First, the rule of proportion is one of the basic principles in perspective that states that objects that are closer to the camera will look bigger than the objects that are further away. This creates the illusion of depth and distance in the image. For example, you can see in this photo, her palms look bigger and her feet look small. This will make the illustrations look more interesting and real. The second rule is the rule of convergence line and vanishing point. These two rules are connected each other. Convergence line are lines that seems to be taper or narrow as they move away from the observer, and that point is called the vanishing point. And if you've understood this basic concept, you can probably do something like this. But why stop here? There's still so much we need to learn about perspective. There's actually one famous quote from Picasso, which is good artists copy and great artists steal. It's not about literally stealing the work, but more about taking a concept, idea, or notion that you come across and applying it in a new and original way. What I really want to say is that one of the effective ways to learn perspective is to trace other people's work. Not tracing like this, but like this. And not just tracing, but we should learn something while tracing. And to make the learning process easier, I usually use some guidelines. With the help of these lines, you can more easily determine the proportions of a character. And I also found a way so you can draw anything, literally anything from any perspective, which is by using 3D software available in Clip Studio or Blender.
Not everyone can start talking about another installation is criminal.
Stop. I know this is a bit illegal and ineffective, but with 3D modeling software, you can experiment with unlimited compositions as well as manipulate size, shape, and rotation to see how they affect the appearance of perspective. Keep in mind that tracing directly from the canvas is a crime for artists, so be careful how you use it. But the real question is, what should I do once I understand all of these things? Well, the world of perspective still holds many interesting secrets to explore, like 1-point perspective, 2-point perspective, 3-point perspective, or even 10-point perspective. Let's start with 1-point perspective. You can see this dot in the middle. It's called the vanishing point. From here, we can start with simple shape like cube, and more cubes. And to understand 2-point perspective, we can actually just add another dot around it. So now we have two vanishing points. Simple as that. And the same goes for 3-point perspective. But this is actually used to draw buildings to make them look taller. By learning those perspectives, you can draw a character in the scene by combining the guidelines with the vanishing point. Start with the horizon line, then the 3-point perspective, and then we will draw the character based on the lines that we have created. If we do it right, it will probably look like this. Then we can add some interiors or buildings around it, and now we have it. But once you know all of these things, you are ready to take off and start practicing regularly. If you are a beginner in perspective, I suggest you to start by drawing simple objects around you first. So, in short, if you want to master perspective quickly, it is really very absolutely difficult. Start with basic understanding and regular practice. Experiment with different reference, pose, and situations, and with all of these things, you will become a master of perspective. If there anything that you don't understand, feel free to ask them in the comment column. And if you found this video useful for you to understand perspective more, leave a like and subscribe for more useful video. See you in the next video.